Hey guys, Bill Seamantel, ICAST 2023. We're in here at the Fish Lab booth. I'm here with my buddy Hunter. Hunter's a young angler that's coming up and he's getting into fishing and he loves it. You guys live down here in Florida, but he has some questions to ask. And what are they?
What are the spinnerbaits?
Spinnerbaits and buzzbaits? Yeah, so the cool thing is the spinnerbaits and buzzbaits been around for many, many years. They're one of the most proven tools to go out there and catch fish no matter where you're at in California, the US, you know, they just catch fish. The hard part is trying to design something different. Most lures have been built back from the 30s. Our forefathers have built most of our baits and we're just building onto them, trying to make a better mousetrap. So when we talk about a spinnerbait, the biggest thing on spinnerbait, and you're gonna learn, it's all about the action and the vibration of the blades, okay? So what we did is we went to an 035 stainless steel wire, and with that, we have two blade configurations. We have a Colorado and a Willow. So when you start looking at a spinnerbait, now that you're gonna be getting more into bass fishing, Colorados have more vibration and more lift. Willows have a lot of flash and vibration, but they don't lift the bait as much, so you can work these a little bit faster, okay? So it all depends on watercolor and the type of fish you're going after. Then you go into the bait itself. Basically, a spinnerbait is a skirted jig, but for years, it's an illusion bait. You know, what is a skirted jig? It could be a bluegill, it could be a shad, it could be a baby bass. But with Fish Lab, what we wanted to do is build a full bait from the head to the tail out of the package, so that way you don't have to think about it anymore. You know you're getting a 4-inch shad out of the package, you can tie on, and it swims. Some key things you gotta think about spinnerbaits, a lot of them, when you throw them in the water, it's what you see or the bass sees, right? You always think about looking through the fish's eyes. Most spinnerbaits, when you're bringing through the water, since you have friction on the blades here, the blade and the bait will actually swim at a 45 and the skirt catches the friction of the water, so it looks like this. So you don't have a real natural look to a spinnerbait. It's more flash. What we did with this configuration, we were able to get this blade to track at a more horizontal rate, so now we have a true bait fish that the fish could target and hit. So that's the biggest thing on the spinnerbaits, you know, on that is understanding blade configuration, the wires, and when you see, this is the high-end stuff, when you see little stuff like this, blades reverberate and go through a body of a bait. So a buzzbait, a chatterbait, a spinnerbait. If you put a lot of bulky stuff on a hook, it dampens the sound and the tone of a bait, the calling card of a lure. By doing this, we keep the realism look and also we keep that tone that the fish are used to eating. So that's the biggest thing on the spinnerbaits. Remember, you guys could always reach out to like Fish Lab Tackle, get a hold of me and I'll walk you through this. The other cool thing is our buzzbaits. I know you guys were down at the water yesterday, and the cool thing about buzzbaits is one of my funnest baits for topwater besides fishing frogs. The problem with buzzbaits is they're one-dimensional, as when you have a clack or it creates a certain noise, it's standard. You can't adjust a buzzbait's clack. It's usually whatever it is, it is. We've designed a buzzbait now that has a quad blade, but they work independent, so it's 2 V-blades. So out of a package, you see how the blades kind of sit within themselves?
Yeah.
It's super quiet. So if you want a blade that's super quiet, that you don't want a lot of commotion, and you want the fish to just come up and sneak up and eat a bait, you have that out of the package. But by adjusting the blade for the incoming blade and bending it, so you can take this and push it on your boat deck or take a pair of pliers, the more aggressive you get with the blade that comes in contact with the next one, the louder it gets. So you can either sound like a little BB gun, pew pew, or it sounds like a Gatling gun, clack, 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 that you heard yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's the first buzzbait out there that we're able to make a true adjustable clack in the industry. Fun, you make sure you throw it on braid, you know, a heavy rod. You throw it in the nastiest stuff you could find because that's where the big fish are.
Oh, yeah.
So the cool thing is, do you have any other questions? I mean, you know, I know you're excited about this, but are you gonna go out? Have you used this type of bait yet?
No.
Okay. Well, the biggest thing is social media. You know, I know you're good with your dad, Jerry, and you know Roland Martin. I heard you know Roland Martin.
Yeah.
So you got people above you, your mentors, that's gonna be able to get you on the water, catch more fish. So understand that. There's always people out there that help the youth. So what you're doing right now is a great time to go around and talk to the people that you idolize or you want to learn their technique. Go up there, shake their hands and say, hey, I like throwing big jigs or swim baits or buzz baits, and talk to the people that you see them that they're producing the right quality fish and what you want to do, and say hi and start talking to them. They're going to give you a lot of good information if you're willing to listen. So hope you guys enjoy this. Man, go over, follow us along, follow Hunter on his social media. We're going to put it right down here at the lower thirds so you can follow Hunter, and he's going to walk through a young angler from the start as he becomes a pro on learning how to catch bigger fish more often no matter where you live. And we're going to see this guy in the tournaments soon enough. Appreciate it, man.